A trade is about to go down, and if you're not refreshing Twitter every 2 seconds, then do you really like hockey? This is all coming up on Locked on Blues.
You're Locked on Blues, your daily podcast on the St. Louis Blues. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Thank you for making Locked on Blues your first listen every single day. My name is Haley Simon, and I am your host of Locked on Blues. And this is my first emergency episode with all of you guys here in St. Louis. So what better way to kick it off than talk about the potential trades that will go down between St. Louis and the Philadelphia Flyers. This is not the first time that these two teams have had trade experiences together. We all know about Brayden Schenn. And, it's funny because out of NHL, when you look at two teams that are connected, oddly enough, Philadelphia is really connected to us here in St. Louis. Our coach, Berube, he used to be the coach of the Flyers. It's like all these really weird connections. But that's not important right now. Right now, I am focusing on what went down tonight. Let me backtrack. Earlier this week on Locked on Blues, I said I was hearing some news, and the news that I was hearing had to, of course, deal with the Philadelphia Flyers and the St. Louis Blues. And that was about Scott Laughton, about how the Blues were trying to get rid of their 25th or 29th overall draft pick in order to get Scott Laughton. That didn't happen. But the two teams still kept in communication, which brings us to tonight. Tonight, we don't know all the details. And I'm not going to sit here and say I know all the details. I don't. I found out bits and pieces a little bit early, but besides the point. Right now, and I'm so happy about this one, St. Louis, it looks like our boy Torrey K is going to get out of here. Now, this is the holdup, though, about him. His contract is insane. Nobody likes it. It's an awful contract. We can agree on that. The Philadelphia Flyers are most likely looking to try to flip him somewhere else because they probably don't want to deal with that. So that's what a little bit of a holdup is. Also, we might be getting Kevin Hayes. It looks like that has been almost confirmed 100%. And then there's other guys on the Flyers that we might get, like Travis Sanheim, which he doesn't have a good contract. I'm going to be honest. I don't like it. It's not good. But he is a solid defenseman, and I feel like we could use that, even though I don't really like the contract. But then we also need to look at this, St. Louis. Let's go say we end up getting a Connect Me Too. We could come out of this kind of loaded, and these are all guys with plenty of experience. Now, from the Flyers side, they might have to look at another team getting involved. And who would that team be? Who would have interest? And do you really think anybody wants that contract? That's the question. I feel like there's a lot of, it's kind of like you're playing chess in a way, and then you're adding a third person and it gets all messy. This is how this feels. But for us, I do not want to see us give up the 25th and the 29th. No. No. I trust Army. I know that he's going to make the right decision, hopefully, but I think that is too much to give up in return for those guys. What I will say is this, though. We are being aggressive for a reason. There is a reason why we're being so persistent with Philadelphia. It is because they see something in these players that they want here in St. Louis. Armstrong has even made a comment on Scott Laughton about how he really enjoyed being around him with the Canada hockey and all this thing. Like, basically what I'm getting at here, folks, is that these two teams really seem to be putting an effort into each other to get the best possible outcome. This is going to be a trade. Multiple players are going to be involved. Goalies are not going to be involved. I don't want anybody to think in any way that Binner is going to be gone or we're getting Hart. That's not happening. The goalies are not moving. Neither of these two teams have a goalie issue. So that is something I wanted to get right off the bat because I saw that going around Twitter today and I'm like, what is this? And another thing, folks, do not panic. Do not panic. The Flyers, yes, were they a bad team this past season? Maybe the last season? The season after that? Yes. But some of these guys do have talent. So I trust in our coaching staffs. I trust in the experts that know this game that got us to that Stanley Cup in 2019 to lead us in the right direction. Berube, obviously, as I said before, he did coach Philadelphia at one point. So it's one of those things where there's just so many connections and so many moving pieces, and nothing can NHL Network. And of course, I had to jump on right away. Nobody is going to get rid of the Flyers. They're not going to get rid of their 7th overall draft pick. We're not going to get rid of our 10th overall draft pick. The other two, sure, folks, that could be a possibility. I feel like I'm losing my mind right now. You guys don't understand. This is stressful. Every single time my phone buzzes, I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I do and I don't, right? But I wanted to come on here and explain what was going on, what we won't be seeing. And again, who predicted this? Me. So that's another reason why you guys should make sure you like, subscribe, do all that you guys can, because covering St. Louis has been so much fun. But now that the Flyers are a bit involved, it's going to be even more fun. So I am excited about this. For both teams, I'm going to have two different perspectives, right? And that's natural. One team's always going to come out of a trade a little bit better than another team. Do I want it to be us? Absolutely. But here's the other thing. The Flyers have struggled developing guys season after season. So even, yes, if they get one of our first round draft picks, who's to say that's going to work out? But if we get a guy and we know how he plays, our coaching staff likes him, that could work out. So do not panic. Just because these guys were on a bad team does not make them bad players. And with that being said, folks, thank you for coming to my emergency episode. Mic drop, and I will see you maybe tomorrow, because it's going to go down tomorrow. Wow, 7 days in a row with me. That's awesome. All right, you guys. I will talk to you next time here on Locked on Blues.